Hello, English learner. Welcome back to English Speaking and Listening Club. I'm so glad you're here today. I know you pressed play for a reason. Maybe you're sitting on a bus, maybe you're walking, maybe you're lying in bed late at night with your headphones on. Wherever you are, I want you to know that you are not alone. You are part of a family now, a family of people who want to speak English with confidence, with joy, with freedom. And today I want to talk to you about something very important. Something that might be sitting heavy on your heart right now. The belief that it is too late for you, the fear that you missed your chance. The voice in your head that whispers you should have started years ago, you are too old, you are too busy, you are too far behind. I am here to tell you that voice is wrong. It is never too late to start, never, and I am going to prove it to you today. Let me start by asking you a question. How old do you think is too old to learn English? 30, 40, 50, 60? I want you to really think about this. At what age do we magically lose our ability to learn? At what birthday do our brains suddenly stop absorbing new words, new sounds, new ways of expressing ourselves? The answer is simple. Never. There is no such age. Your brain is a miracle. It is designed to learn until your very last breath. Science has proven this again and again. Neuroplasticity means your brain can rewire itself at any age. When you practice speaking English, you are literally building new pathways in your mind. You are strengthening connections. You are growing, and this growth does not stop because of a number on your passport or your ID card. I have seen students who started learning English at 65 years old and became fluent. I have seen people who began at 50 and now travel the world using English every day. I have seen mothers who raised their children first and then decided at 45 that it was their turn to learn. And they did it. They did it because they stopped listening to the lie that time had passed them by. They chose to start, and that choice changed everything. But I know what you are thinking right now. You are thinking that is nice for them, but my situation is different. I am different. I have failed before. I tried to learn English in school and I was terrible at it. I tried an app last year and I gave up after 3 weeks. I have a thick accent that people laugh at. I freeze every time someone asks me a question in English. I am too embarrassed to even try. I hear you, I really do. And I want you to take a deep breath with me right now. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Again, feel your chest rise and fall. You are alive, you are breathing, and as long as you are breathing, you have a chance to change your story. Let us talk about fear for a moment. Fear is a strange thing. It feels so real, so physical. Your heart races, your palms get sweaty, your throat tightens. When you think about speaking English, you might feel like you are standing on the edge of a cliff looking down at a dangerous drop. But here is the truth that nobody tells you. That cliff is an illusion. There is no danger. The worst thing that can happen when you speak English is that someone asks you to repeat yourself. That is it. Nobody dies. Nobody gets hurt. The world does not end, but your brain does not know that. Your brain is trying to protect you from embarrassment, from shame, from feeling foolish. It thinks it is helping you by keeping you silent, but silence is the real danger. Silence keeps you stuck. Silence steals your opportunities. Silence makes your dreams smaller and smaller until they disappear completely. I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine a small bird sitting in a nest high up in a tree. This bird has wings, beautiful wings, but it is afraid to use them. It looks down at the ground and thinks it is too far. I might fall. I am not ready. Other birds started flying weeks ago. I missed my chance, so it stays in the nest. Day after day, it watches other birds soar through the sky free and happy. The bird in the nest feels safe, yes, but it also feels trapped. It feels lonely. It wonders what the wind feels like on its wings. One day something changes. Maybe the nest gets uncomfortable. Maybe the bird gets hungry. Maybe it just cannot stand watching anymore, so it stands at the edge. It trembles, its heart beats fast, and then it jumps. And in that moment of falling, it discovers something incredible. Its wings work, they catch the air, they lift it up, and suddenly it is flying. It was never too late. It was never too late to leave the nest. It just needed to decide that staying safe was worse than trying. You are that bird, your wings are your voice, your English voice, and right now you are sitting in a nest of silence. It feels safe there. Nobody can judge you if you do not speak. Nobody can correct your grammar. Nobody can notice your accent, but you are also not free. You are not experiencing the joy of connection. You are not ordering your own coffee in English. You are not making friends from other countries. You are not getting that job promotion that requires English. You are not watching movies without subtitles and laughing at the jokes right away. You are not reading books in their original language and feeling the author's true voice. You are missing so much, and deep down you know it. That is why you are here. That is why you pressed play. Some part of you is ready to jump. Some part of you is ready to trust your wings. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria was 52 years old when she came to me. She had lived in the United States for 20 years. 20 years, she understood everything people said to her. She could read newspapers. She could write emails, but she never spoke. Never. In restaurants, she pointed at the menu. In stores, she showed pictures on her phone. At her children's school meetings, she stayed quiet and nodded, hoping nobody would ask her opinion. She told me she felt like a ghost in her own life. She was there but not really there. People talked around her, not with her. She cried when she told me this. She said, I am too old now, my children are grown. What is the point? I told her the point is you. You are the point. Your freedom is the point. Your dignity is the point. And we started, just 5 minutes a day. She repeated simple sentences after me. She recorded her voice and listened back. She was shocked at how she sounded. Not terrible like she imagined, just different, just new. Within 6 months, Maria ordered her own coffee for the first time. The barista smiled and said, "Have a nice day," and Maria said, "You too." Those 3 words, "you too," she called me crying with joy. She said, I really spoke, and nobody laughed, they smiled. Maria is 60 now. She volunteers at a community center and speaks English every day. She tells new immigrants it is never too late. Look at me, I am proof. Or consider David. David was 40 when his company announced they were merging with an international firm. Suddenly, everyone needed to speak English in meetings. David panicked. He had studied English in high school 30 years ago and remembered almost nothing. He thought, "I am too old to start over. I will lose my job. I will embarrass myself in front of young colleagues who speak perfect English," but he had a family to support. He had no choice. So he started waking up 1 hour earlier every day. He used that hour to practice. He listened to English podcasts while shaving. He repeated phrases in the shower. He talked to himself in the car. At first, he felt ridiculous. He felt like a child learning to walk, wobbly and uncertain, but he kept going. He focused on one thing each week. One week it was introductions, another week it was talking about his work, another week it was asking questions. Slowly his mouth got stronger. His tongue learned new positions. His ears got sharper. After 8 months, David led his first English presentation. It was not perfect. He stumbled a few times, but he did it. His colleagues applauded. His boss said, "Great job, David. We're lucky to have you." David told me later that the presentation was not the best part. The best part was realizing he could still grow. At 40, he had grown more than he ever thought possible. He said, "I feel young again. I feel alive." These stories are not magic. They are not about special people with special talents. They are about ordinary people who made a decision. The decision to start. The decision to believe that their age, their past failures, their busy lives were not walls but hurdles. And hurdles can be jumped over, maybe not in one leap, maybe slowly, step by step, but they can be crossed. Now let us talk about your mouth. Yes, your mouth. This might sound strange, but speaking English is a physical skill, not just a mental one. It is like playing a musical instrument or dancing or swimming. Your mouth muscles need training. When you were a baby learning your first language, you spent years making sounds incorrectly. Ba ba ba, ga ga ga. Your parents did not say, "Oh no, that is wrong, baby, give up." They smiled and repeated the words until your muscles learned the shapes. You have that same power now. Your tongue can learn new positions, your lips can learn new shapes, your throat can learn new rhythms, but it takes repetition. It takes daily practice. I want you to try something with me right now. Do not worry, nobody is watching. Say this out loud. Hello, my name is I am learning English. Say it again. Hello, my name is I am learning English. Feel your mouth moving. Feel the air coming out. It might feel awkward. That is okay. Awkward is the feeling of growth. When you feel awkward, you are stretching your comfort zone. You are doing something new. And doing something new is exactly how you get better. Do not wait until you feel ready. You will never feel ready. The right time does not exist. The only time that exists is now, this moment, this breath, this chance to speak. Let us talk about silence for a moment. Silence is your enemy, not because talking is always better, but because silence in language learning is a habit that becomes a prison. Every time you choose silence over trying, you reinforce the belief that you cannot do it. Your brain takes note. It says, "See, we are not a person who speaks English. We are a person who listens." And that belief gets stronger every day. But the opposite is also true. Every time you speak even one word, you challenge that belief. You prove to yourself that you can, and that proof builds confidence, real confidence. Not fake confidence, not pretending, but the deep knowing that comes from action. I know you are afraid of making mistakes. Everyone is, but let me ask you this. Do you remember the English mistakes your friends made last week? Do you remember a stranger's grammar error from last month? Of course not. People do not remember your mistakes. They remember your effort. They remember your courage. They remember that you tried to connect with them, and even if someone does correct you, that is a gift. They are helping you grow. When I make mistakes in other languages, and I make many, I smile and say, "Thank you for teaching me." And people respect that. They see me as a learner, not a failure. A learner is someone brave. A learner is someone growing. A learner is someone alive. Think about children again. When a child learns to walk, they fall hundreds of times, hundreds, and every time they get up, they do not think, "I fell yesterday, I am too late to learn walking." They just try again because they know that falling is part of walking. Making mistakes is part of speaking. It is not the opposite of success. It is the path to success. Every error teaches you something. Every awkward conversation makes the next one easier. Every time you open your mouth, you are building your future self. The self that speaks confidently, the self that travels freely, the self that gets the job, the self that makes international friends. That self is not born in one day. That self is built one word at a time. So what should you do? How do you start when you feel so far behind? You start small, smaller than you think. 5 minutes a day, not 1 hour, not 30 minutes. 5, because 5 minutes is easy to say yes to. 5 minutes does not scare you. And 5 minutes done every day becomes 35 minutes a week. It becomes 2.5 hours a month. It becomes 30 hours a year. 30 hours of speaking practice will transform your English, but you have to do it every day. Consistency is more important than intensity. A small fire that burns every day warms the house more than a big fire that burns once and goes out. What do you do in those 5 minutes? You train your mouth. You listen to a short audio, maybe this podcast, and you pause it. You repeat what you heard out loud, not in your head, out loud. Your mouth must move. You record yourself. Yes, I know nobody likes hearing their own voice, but do it anyway. Listen back. Notice one thing you want to improve, not 10 things. One thing, maybe your TH sound, maybe your intonation, maybe your speed. Work on that one thing for a week, then pick another. This is how professionals train. Musicians do not try to fix every mistake at once. They isolate one skill and master it. You are a musician. Your instrument is your voice. You also need to change your mindset. This is crucial. You must stop saying I am bad at English. Stop saying I have no talent for languages. Stop saying I am too old. These are not facts. They are stories you tell yourself, and stories can be rewritten. From today, say I am learning English. Say I am improving every day. Say I am a person who speaks English, even if it is just a little right now. Your words create your reality. When you label yourself as a bad English speaker, you act like one, you hide, you stay silent. But when you label yourself as a learner, as a growing speaker, you act differently. You take risks, you open your mouth, you grow. I want to share a secret with you. The people who speak English best are not necessarily the smartest people. They are not necessarily the youngest. They are not necessarily the ones with the best memory or the most expensive education. They are the ones who practice the most. The ones who are not afraid to look foolish. The ones who speak every chance they get. The ones who fall in love with the process, not just the result. You can be one of those people, starting today, starting now. Let us talk about daily life. You are busy, I know you have work, you have family, you have responsibilities. You cannot study English for 4 hours a day. Good, you do not need to. You need to integrate English into your existing life. Listen to English while you cook, repeat phrases while you drive, talk to yourself in the shower, describe your day to your pet in English. They will not judge you. Label everything in your house with sticky notes: door, window, refrigerator. Every time you open the fridge, say refrigerator out loud. It sounds silly. It works. Your brain needs repetition. Your mouth needs practice. And 5 minutes of real speaking is worth more than 1 hour of passive listening. Find a speaking partner if you can. There are websites, apps, community groups. Practice with someone who is also learning. They understand your fear because they feel it too. Help each other, or find a teacher who makes you feel safe. Someone who celebrates your progress, not just corrects your errors. You deserve support. You deserve encouragement. And if you cannot find a partner right now, be your own partner. Talk to yourself. Describe what you see. Tell yourself about your plans. Ask yourself questions and answer them. It might feel strange at first, but it is practice, and practice is never wasted. Now about your accent. I know this worries you. You think people will not understand you. You think you need to sound like a native speaker to be good at English. This is a lie, a harmful lie. Accents are beautiful. They tell your story. They show where you come from. They make you unique. The goal is not to lose your accent. The goal is to be clear, to be understood, to communicate your ideas and your heart. Some of the most powerful English speakers in the world have strong accents. They are CEOs, politicians, authors, teachers. Their accents do not stop them. Their accents are part of their power. Your accent is part of your power too. Do not try to erase it. Try to make your English clear within it. That is enough. That is more than enough. Remember, communication is not about perfection. It is about connection. When you speak with kindness, with intention, with your true self showing, people listen. They do not count your grammar mistakes. They feel your energy. They respond to your effort. I have had conversations with people who spoke broken English but said something so honest, so real that I never forgot it. And I have had conversations with people who spoke perfect English but said nothing meaningful at all. Which would you rather be? Be real, be present, be brave. That is what matters. Let us go back to that feeling of being too late. Where does it come from? It comes from comparing yourself to others. You see a 20-year-old speaking fluently and you think, I should be there, but you are not 20. You have lived a different life. You have had different experiences. You are starting now, and now is your time. Do not compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Your journey is your own. It has its own timing, its own lessons, its own beauty. A flower does not bloom all year. It blooms when it is ready. And when it blooms, it is perfect, no matter when it happens. You might also feel it is too late because you have failed before. You tried and you stopped. You started and you gave up. You feel like a failure, but you are not a failure. You are a person who has not yet found the right way to learn. The method that works for you, the support that you need, the belief that you deserve. This time can be different, not because you are different, but because you are choosing differently. You are choosing to start again, and starting again is not failing. It is courage, it is wisdom. It is the mark of someone who refuses to give up on themselves. I want you to write something down or type it in your phone. Or just say it out loud and remember it. Write this. Today is day 1, not day 0. Not too late. Day 1, the beginning, the start of my English speaking journey. I am ready. I am willing. I am able. Say it with me. Today is day 1. Feel those words. They are true. They are powerful. They are yours. Now let us talk about the future. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. If you start today, if you practice 5 minutes every day, where will you be? You will be confident ordering food. You will be comfortable introducing yourself. You will be able to handle basic conversations. You will understand more of what you hear. You will feel different, lighter, freer, proud. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You might be giving presentations. You might be traveling alone in English-speaking countries. You might be helping others learn. You might have new friends, new job opportunities, new dreams that are possible now because language is no longer a wall. It is a bridge. This future is real. It is waiting for you, but you have to build it, one day at a time, one word at a time. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation is a feeling that comes and goes. Some days you will feel excited, some days you will feel tired. Do it anyway. Discipline is more reliable than motivation. Make a promise to yourself. I will practice 5 minutes every day no matter how I feel, because I am building my future, because I deserve this, because it is never too late, and keep that promise. You are worth keeping promises to. When you feel discouraged, remember Maria, remember David, remember the bird in the nest. Remember that millions of people around the world are learning English right now at every age, from every background. You are part of a global community of learners. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time. Your time is now. I also want to tell you that learning English is not just about the language. It is about who you become in the process. You become more patient with yourself, more resilient, more open to new experiences. You prove to yourself that you can still grow, still change, still surprise yourself. This confidence spills into other areas of your life. You might start exercising. You might start a new hobby. You might fix a relationship. Because once you prove you can learn English, you realize you can do anything you set your mind to. English is just the beginning. It is the key that opens the door to your bigger life. So let us remove the word late from your vocabulary. Late implies a deadline, a closing door, but life does not close doors on learning. It keeps them open, waiting for you to walk through. Yes, it might take you longer than a child. Your accent might stay with you. You might need to repeat things more times to remember them. So what? The destination is the same: fluency, confidence, freedom. And your journey has value too. Every step you take is a victory. Every word you speak is a triumph. Every day you practice is a gift to your future self. I want you to do one thing for me right now. If you are in a place where you can speak, do this. If not, do it in your mind, but promise me you will do it for real later. Say this out loud: I can speak English. I am learning every day. I am proud of myself. Say it again: I can speak English. I am learning every day. I am proud of myself. Feel those words in your body. Do not just think them, feel them, believe them, because they are true. You are here. You are listening. You are learning. That makes you a learner. That makes you brave. That makes you someone who refuses to let fear win. Fear of speaking is normal, but normal does not mean necessary. You can feel fear and speak anyway. That is what courage is, not the absence of fear, but the decision that something else is more important. And what is more important? Your dreams, your goals, your right to communicate, your right to be heard, your right to participate fully in this world. Do not let fear steal that from you. Do not let the lie of too late steal that from you. Stand up to it, speak back to it. Say, I hear you, fear, but I am doing this anyway, and watch how fear shrinks when you move toward it. It gets smaller with every step, with every word. Let us talk about repetition again, because it is so important. Your favorite musicians, athletes, artists, they all repeat their skills thousands of times. A pianist plays scales until their fingers know the keys without looking. A basketball player shoots free throws until their arm knows the motion without thinking. You need to do this with English. Find sentences that are useful, that express who you are, that you might actually say in real life. Repeat them until they are automatic. Until they flow out of you without translation in your head. This is fluency, not knowing every word, but having your words so practiced that they are ready when you need them. Build your collection of ready sentences. Practice them until they are yours. And please be kind to yourself. Learning a language is hard. It is one of the hardest things a human brain does. You are literally rewiring your thinking. That takes energy. That takes time. Some days you will feel like you are getting worse. That is not true. That is just your brain adjusting, reorganizing, getting ready for the next jump forward. Trust the process. Trust yourself. You have learned hard things before. You learned to drive, to cook, to use a computer to do your job. You can learn this too, one step at a time. I want to end today by telling you that I believe in you. I really do. I do not know your name, I do not know your age, I do not know your story, but I know you are here, and that means you have hope, that means you have courage, that means you are ready to start, and I am honored to be part of your journey. Every time you listen to this channel, every time you practice speaking, every time you choose to try instead of staying silent, you are winning. You are becoming the person you want to be. The person who speaks English with confidence and joy. So here is your call to action. Not a big one, not a scary one, just this. Starting today, speak English for 5 minutes every single day. Do it in the morning when your mind is fresh, or at night when the world is quiet, or during your lunch break. Find your 5 minutes, protect those 5 minutes. They are sacred, they are yours. Use them to train your mouth, to build your confidence, to prove to yourself that you can do this. And when you miss a day, and you might, do not quit. Just start again the next day. No guilt, no shame, just begin again, because it is never too late to begin again. Every day is a new chance, every moment is a new start. If this message touched your heart today, if you felt something shift inside you, if you feel a little more hopeful, a little more brave, then I ask you to do 3 things. First, like this video. Let me know you are here. Let me know this mattered. Your like helps other people find this message too. It helps other learners who feel afraid, who feel late, who need to hear these words. Second, subscribe to English Speaking and Listening Club. Join this family. Come back every week for more encouragement, more practice, more motivation. We are growing together, we are learning together, and we are proving every day that it is never too late. Third and most important, go speak. Right now, today, do not wait. Open your mouth and let English out. Let it be messy. Let it be imperfect. Let it be real, because real is beautiful. Real is progress. Real is you finally free. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for choosing to believe that your story is not over. It is just beginning. I will be here next time, ready to support you, ready to cheer for you, ready to remind you again that you can do this. You are doing this, and it is never, ever too late. Hello, English learner, welcome back. I am so glad you came back, or if this is your first time, welcome to the family. Today I want to continue our conversation about starting, about beginning, about taking that first step. Yesterday we talked about it never being too late. Today I want to talk about what happens after you start, because starting is hard. But continuing is where the real magic happens, and I know many of you started before. You started learning English months ago, years ago, and then you stopped. Life got busy, you got discouraged, you forgot, and now you feel like you failed. You feel like you proved that you cannot do this, but listen to me carefully. Stopping is not failing, stopping is just pausing, and a pause can end at any moment. You can press play again right now. Think of learning English like learning to play the piano. If you practice for 1 month and then stop for 3 months, you do not forget everything. Your fingers remember, your ears remember. When you return, you are not at zero. You are further ahead than you think. The time you invested is still there. It is just waiting for you to add more to it. So do not say I have to start over. Say I am continuing. I am picking up where I left off. I am wiser now. I know what works and what does not. This time I will keep going. But how do you keep going when motivation fades? When the excitement of day 1 becomes the routine of day 50, you remember your why. Why do you want to speak English? Is it for your career, to make more money, to support your family? Is it for travel, to see the world freely without language barriers? Is it for your children, to help them with their homework or to speak with their teachers? Is it for yourself, to prove that you can, to feel proud, to feel free? Whatever your why is, write it down. Put it where you can see it, on your mirror, on your phone screen, on your desk. When you feel like skipping practice, look at your why. Let it pull you forward. Let it remind you that this matters, that you matter. I also want to talk about the silence again, the silence that comes from fear. Many of you tell me that you understand English perfectly when you watch movies or listen to podcasts, but when someone speaks to you directly, your mind goes blank, you freeze, you cannot find the words. This is so common, so normal, and there is a reason for it. When you listen passively, your brain is relaxed, it is just receiving. But when you need to speak, your brain has to work. It has to search for words, organize grammar, control your mouth muscles, all while managing the stress of social interaction. No wonder it freezes. It is like asking a computer to run 10 programs at once. It slows down. The solution is practice, but specific practice. You need to practice speaking under pressure, even if that pressure is small. Talk to yourself first, then talk to a friend, then talk to a stranger. Build up slowly, like building a muscle. You do not start with heavy weights. You start with what you can lift. And each time you speak successfully, your brain learns that it is safe. The freeze response gets weaker. The flow gets stronger. One day you will realize that you answered a question without thinking. You just spoke and it was natural. That day is coming, but you have to speak to get there. Let me tell you about the power of small wins. Your brain loves progress. It loves to feel like it is getting better, so give it small wins every day. Do not aim for perfect conversations yet, aim for successful moments. I ordered coffee and they understood me. I asked for directions and got an answer. I introduced myself and someone remembered my name. These are victories. Celebrate them. Tell someone, write them down, feel proud, because these small wins add up. They build the belief that you can do this, and belief is everything. When you believe you can, you act differently, you take more chances, you recover faster from mistakes, you keep going. I want to address something painful now. Some of you have been laughed at, corrected harshly, ignored because of your English, and that hurt. It made you want to hide. It made you believe that your English is shameful. I am so sorry that happened to you. That person who laughed was wrong. They were unkind, and their unkindness says everything about them, nothing about you. But I know that logic does not heal the hurt, so here's what I want you to do. Forgive yourself for that moment. It was not your fault. And decide that one person's unkindness will not stop you from connecting with thousands of others who will be kind. Most people are patient. Most people want to understand. Most people admire you for trying. Do not let one bad experience define your future. You deserve better, and better is waiting for you. Now let us talk about daily practice in more detail. I said 5 minutes and I meant it, but what do you do in those 5 minutes? Here is a simple plan. Minute 1, warm up your mouth, make sounds, la la la, th, get your muscles moving. Minute 2, listen and repeat, play a short audio 1 sentence and copy it exactly. Match the speed, the intonation, the feeling. Do it 3 times. Minute 3, speak freely. Describe your room, talk about your breakfast. Tell a story about yesterday. Do not worry about mistakes. Just flow. Minute 4, learn one new phrase, something useful. I would like to. Could you help me with? Let me think about that. Practice it until it feels natural. Minute 5, review. Say what you practiced today. Feel your progress. Feel your power. That is it. 5 minutes. Anyone can do this. You can do this. Do this every day for 30 days and watch what happens. Your mouth will feel different. Your confidence will grow. You will start hearing English differently. You will start thinking in English sometimes, and most importantly, you will start believing in yourself. 30 days, that is all I ask. 1 month to change your relationship with English, to change your relationship with yourself. I also want you to know that you do not have to do this alone. Find a community, find a friend, find a teacher who believes in you. There are millions of people learning English right now. Connect with them, share your fears, share your wins, practice together. When you speak with someone who is also learning, you both relax, you both understand the struggle, you both celebrate the progress, and you become friends, real friends, bound by the shared experience of growth. That is a beautiful thing. Do not isolate yourself, reach out, join groups, leave comments, send messages, be part of something bigger than yourself. Remember that language is for connection. It is not for tests, it is not for perfection, it is for people, for understanding, for love, for business, for friendship, for sharing ideas. Every time you speak, you are reaching out to another human being. You are saying, I see you, I want to know you, let us connect. That is a brave and beautiful act. Do not let fear stop you from connecting. The world needs your voice, your unique perspective, your story. Your English, however imperfect, is a bridge to someone else. Cross that bridge, let others cross to you. As we move toward the end of our time together today, I want to leave you with an image. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. You are at a party or a meeting or a market. Someone asks you a question in English, and you answer easily, naturally, without panic. You smile, they smile, the conversation continues. You laugh, you share, you are free. You are no longer the person who is afraid to speak. You are the person who speaks, who connects, who belongs. In that moment, you look back at today, at this moment when you decided to start again, and you feel so grateful, so proud, so glad you did not give up. That moment is real. It is waiting for you, but you have to walk toward it, 1 step at a time, 1 word at a time, 1 day at a time. So here's what I want you to do. Do not just listen to this and feel inspired and then do nothing. Inspiration without action is just a nice feeling that fades. Use this energy right now. Make a plan. When will you practice tomorrow? Where? What will you say? Write it down. Set a reminder on your phone. Prepare your materials. Find a video to repeat. Do the work of starting, because starting is a skill too. The more you practice starting, the easier it gets. And soon you will not be starting anymore. You will just be living in English, speaking as part of your daily life. That is the goal. That is the freedom. If this helped you today, if you feel that spark of hope, that flicker of courage, then please like this video. Show me you are here. Show the algorithm that this message matters. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. We have so much more to talk about, so much more growth to do together, and finally go speak. Right now, today, do not wait for perfect conditions. Create imperfect conditions and speak anyway, because your voice matters, your English matters. And it is never, ever too late to let the world hear you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for trusting yourself. I will see you next time. Until then, keep speaking, keep growing, keep believing. Goodbye for now, and remember, you are doing great. You really are.